who's turned into a sort of volunteered researcher.
Yeah.
He's very fast.
Losecontrol.com. Can I just say as well, we've had lots of emails from different people just saying they enjoy the show and offering little tidbits and things. Nick Wilson, Sarah and Lauren, Ken, Dan, Jane, she wanted some Ash, we didn't play Ash, never mind. Lee, Jez, Derry, there's loads of people there.
Well, I'm gonna, again, we were talking earlier about, you know, you not caring about being like a geek or a freak or not trendy. No, I'm just saying.
I am trendy, yeah.
And I know, yeah. And I'm going to play a bit of an easy listening. I apologise to those people who still tune in and expect to hear 2 hours of new metal or Gorillaz. And this is a very old-fashioned, lovely tune. It's Bread. I hope you enjoy it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Bread.
New Order, here to stay on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais.
We're here to stay.
Yeah.
For the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's Steve Merchant there.
Hello there.
We're with our producer here, Carl Pilkington. We'll be talking to Carl a little bit later because we've got to have his thoughts on Aesop's Fables, continuing the education of Carl. We've got some great music coming up, haven't we?
Good music.
A little bit of, what have we got? Happy Mondays.
Daddy Drum Boy.
Yeah, all that. Bob Dylan.
All sorts.
All sorts coming up.
Yeah, Rick, I don't know, I just wanted to bring your attention to this. Someone passed this on to me. It's from the Guardian's media website. There has a sort of website that's dedicated to kind of media information.
Is this about our complaint?
Well, the headline is "Comedian Rapped Over Radio Innuendo."
Right.
Jessica Hodgson has written the article. Are you familiar with this? Have you seen
Well,
this?
be careful now because we actually got a complaint. A lot of people don't know this. We got a complaint upheld, and
well, all of this
we're very sorry. We didn't mean to offend. And it was a while ago, so we are going to be very careful. Carl's getting very nervous. We're just going to read out. We're not going to editorialise, Carl. We're just going to read out what the Guardian printed about us. All right? Okay.
Comedian Ricky Gervais has had a dressing down from a broadcasting watchdog for his repeated use of the word cock in a lunchtime radio show.
That's all right. That's what it says.
Fine,
Carl.
that's what I just.
He's not going to say it again. He's not. Yeah, yeah. Go on.
Imagine this is the news. Yeah. I'm reading it.
Yeah.
The Broadcasting Standards Commission upheld a complaint against the comedian for coarse sexual innuendo in the programme on London station XFM. The Commission acknowledged that the presenter's remarks were intended to be humorous, but took the view that the amount and detail of the coarse sexual innuendo had exceeded acceptable boundaries for broadcast, said the BSC in a statement. The complaint objected to a section in the comic's Saturday afternoon show when he discussed the different meanings of the word cock. Gervais wondered aloud whether the word was acceptable when discussing birds, but not the male sexual organ. A BSC spokesman said the comedian went on and on about it for nearly 5 minutes. XFM, a self-styled alternative radio station, said in its defence that its remit was to provide cutting-edge programmes for a youth audience. The station said the programme's brief was to include elements of alternative comedy within certain shows that would not fit within a more mainstream radio station format. In this particular show, it was not the presenter's intention to shock when they took a humorous look at how the English language could be construed in different ways within different contexts. Gervais, whose big break was on Channel 4's 11 o'clock show, has shot to household status through the portrayal of David Brent, the middle manager from hell in BBC Two's cult show The Office.
Just in case you didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah, he's a household name, but they just thought...
You might not have heard of him, but he is a household name. Now, that's good. That's good reporting, and they're quite right about it. And just to remind people, it was when Steve said the only bird that hasn't got a penis is the swan, and I went on about the male bird being called the cock. But I couldn't use that to mean, and you know, it was childish, you know. But what annoys me is, I'm sure I've heard things on like Radio 1 like that. Oh, what's her name in the morning? Sarah
Cox.
Yeah, and as there's a DJ like Carl
Cox.
Yeah, so you got Carl. What's the matter? I was just saying.
You're just saying
there's a pair of DJs on.
Yeah, but
you know.
we've done this.
And
what are you talking about? We're just talking about
names. They're just saying the names. Now, I love Cox in the morning.
You're a big fan of Cox.
And at night. What's the matter with you?
Come on, Carl. Alright. We've taken it, have you actually been rapped over this?
No, I don't know what
Have you had a dressing down?
No.
When did that happen?
I don't know.
I was meant to tell you, and I never got round to it.
Okay. Thanks then.
So don't do it again.
Pinky Afro on XFM 104.9. Can I just add that in case you don't know what the frequency is?
Yeah, exactly.
Why did they say that? I mean, so you know what you listen to. So you go, I'll tell you what, I like that radio station.
Yeah.
And it was XFM 104.9.
Exactly.
I'll listen to that again.
I'll listen to that. You can retune.
Yeah.
I was wondering actually, Rick.
Stay locked up this end of the dial.
True enough. I was wondering, because, obviously we're still trying to campaign to get Carl into the air.
Yeah.
With the balloon enterprise, and obviously the work's been done on that. Don't fret, don't worry. A lot of people are asking for an update, but we'll obviously let you know when it's all going to take place.
Yeah.
But I was wondering
These
whether
things take time.
Exactly, but I was wondering whether we should also have another kind of campaign, some kind of campaign, maybe one that could involve you, Rick. Because I'm particularly concerned, Carl. I don't know how familiar you are with this, with Ricky's eating habits. Because he eats so unhealthily.
No,
that it scares me. No, come on, Rick, don't give me this.
I'm getting better now.
No, you're not getting better.
I have a smoothie every day.
Yeah, but I've told you before, that's largely sugar.
No, homemade one.
I don't care, Rick. That's not enough. It can't counteract. Right? This is Ricky Gervais's idea of health eating. Right? We'll be in the canteen at the BBC. He'll go, I'm going to eat healthy today, which means he'll have 2 slices of pizza instead of pizza and chips. That's basically that's his theory, right? And it's I don't know what, because he can't eat anything which basically doesn't sting the roof of his mouth with flavour. So like, for instance, he's always got headaches. He's always got a headache. Okay, that's because you just drink coffee and Coke. You never drink water. Your body is dehydrated. And I said, drink a glass of water. No, boring. It's boring, water. I don't know if we were in the desert, stranded. Boring. It's boring, Steve. I'll wait till the next cafe. Right, and sometimes he'll go like, oh, I'll have a salad, right? He'll get like a feta cheese salad, right? And he'll eat the little bits of feta cheese, leave the salad. Then he goes downstairs and goes, I'm still hungry. It didn't fill me up, that salad. I go, no, what didn't fill you up was the 200 milligrams of goat cheese that you ate. That's what didn't fill you up. So this should be a campaign. I don't know whether I can observe it, people could sponsor him, something. Just eat healthy, we could do it for some kind of big charity.
Fruit.
I don't think the fruit's the issue,
Okay, if you mash it, I'll eat anything.
Rick, I'm not saying that you don't eat a certain amount of fruit. I'm saying that everything else you eat is unbalanced and it's just rich with fat and it's awful. Yeah. It's sausages, it's beans. You're such a working class scum, aren't you? It's the smell of chip fat is all around him. Do you know what I mean? It's like, even when you can't smell it, you know it's there, seeping through his veins. I imagine when he was growing up, it was just chip fat. It was. In the house, just a big...
It was.
Oh, constantly boiling.
There was always chips on with everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, all fried.
Do you want Weetabix in the morning? Deep fat fry that. It's such scum, and now it's like, oh yeah, my palate, I can't eat anything, it's got no flavour, everything's got to have cheese on it, sprinkling Parmesan cheese, more Parmesan cheese, and if someone doesn't give him like a whole tub of Parmesan cheese when you're in a restaurant, even though he's ordered like a lobster or whatever, he's like, he sort of has a go at the waiter, or like, not to their face, obviously he's too much of a coward, but he'll say to me, like, he should have left the cheese, he's so cheap with the cheese, they don't give me any cheese, he just gave you 3 bucketfuls, it's a cheese, more cheese here, it's pathetic, so I just think we should do something because I'm panicked, I'm worried, I'm worried.
I started working out a little bit. I sort of work out 2 or 3 times a week.
I don't think that's going to counteract it, Rick.
And I drink water through the night when I wake up and I'm dehydrated.
From all the booze you've just drunk?
Yeah, and I have a smoothie in the morning, don't I?
You know what my views are on the smoothies. I don't think that's counteracting.
You're anti-smoothie. You're anti-smoothie.
Because I don't think it's counteracting all the other
You have
problems.
got a problem. There's nothing wrong with the smoothie.
Right, fine. Okay, well, if you're happy to carry on as you are.
Yeah, go on.
Badly Drawn Boy obviously has done the soundtrack to this new film about a boy, which has got Hugh Grant in it, and obviously this current single, what's it called, the current one that's out, Silent Sigh, that's currently, obviously that's being played on XFM, but this is another track from this album, which is the soundtrack, lots of kind of, little bits of filler, bits of musical instrumental stuff, but all of it's very nice. This is a cracking tune, track 3, Something to Talk About. Okay.
Lovely.
Yeah, good tune that, I think. Sarah and Lauren have emailed in. They said they wanted something from Elliott Smith or maybe Jimmy Webb. That's actually produced by the producer of Elliott Smith. And
is that as good? I haven't brought any Jimmy Webb into now.
No, we'll maybe play that next time.
I'll play some next week.
That's Badly Drawn Boy, though, from the soundtrack to this film about a boy, and that's called Something to Talk About.
We've only got the stuff in the library. Do they want 4 non-blondes? Because we've got that in the library, haven't we?
The best of Tony Basil.
And we've got just about every song that In Excess ever recorded.
Exactly. We don't play enough In Excess, do we?
I don't think we do we?
No,
I can't believe it. XFM 104.9 coming up. White Van Carl.
I was obviously out with Carl last night. I realised this because we went out. There's what's the name of that evening?
Marketplace, extracurricular.
Yeah, various XFM DJs go down there and just play an eclectic mix.
Just spin some tunes off.
Absolutely, I'm thinking of doing it in a couple of weeks, Rick. And obviously, my turntablist skills now are pretty something to behold. I tell you this, I did an amazing mix the other day with my friend Dan. We spent 2.5 hours on it. This is how we spend our evenings now. 2.5 hours mixing from a trip hop sort of hip hop style beat into Call Between the Moon and New York
Written by 4
City.
people.
4 people.
Bacharach, Carol Bayer Sager, Christopher Cross, And a fourth one.
Phone in if you know that.
Maybe we should.
But
who knows the fourth person credited on that tune?
If only we were a prize.
700 800 1234. Also, someone else to phone in. Right, I saw an advert. Right, there's advert toys. I think it must be. Is it because it's Easter holidays or something?
Right.
And there's one of those transformer type things, and it goes in its shield. It strikes and then goes into its shield, and it goes into a little pod. And I'm sure it was called a bowlock.
Right.
Now I must have misheard it. There's no way you can call a little kid's toy a bowlock. So can you phone in? I'm quite willing to be wrong. It'd be very disappointing. But, you know, are people making little bowlocks for kids now?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. 700, 800, 1234. And what was the other question?
Was there the other question was who was the fourth person that wrote Arthur's theme?
Yeah.
When you get caught between the moon and New York City.
Crazy, but it's true. Yeah.
The only thing you can do is fall in love, Carl. Well, I was out with Carl last night, obviously party animal. You know, he's hanging out with some of my friends. You enjoyed yourself, didn't you, Carl?
That's alright.
But you were a bit worried about Jennifer Lopez, weren't you?
Yeah.
What was the concern?
I don't really know what's going on in the pop world.
You're joking.
No.
Go on.
And I was here in the toilets, right? And I heard it playing out on the speaker, and I heard the DJ go, there you go, that's Left Eye Lopez there.
That's not...
And I thought, it's Jennifer Lopez.
No, it's the
She had some sort of eye injury.
But you thought he was breaking the news of Jennifer Lopez losing an eye by calling her Left Eye Lopez?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's genius.
Don't worry, we put him right, it's okay. He slept easy.
Yeah.
But you were worried for a while, weren't you? You were anxious for a while.
I had no idea, and the thing is, I heard that on like Thursday, so for like 3 days I've been thinking...
You've been panicking?
Why she called that? Because she changed her name before, hadn't she, to J-Lo or something?
Yeah.
So I thought, you know...
Yeah.
Has she got some people after her? Does she owe someone money? Keep changing her name.
That was What by Gabrielle and Rise.
Anyway, more music, Ray?
Oh, I'd love to.
So
what have you got lined up there, Carl?
Beta band.
Oh yeah. Sweet. Sure.
Respect, total respect for that. Massive respect.
Yeah.
No, Jew. Yeah, no, absolutely. Huge respect.
Start a club there. Spread your love on XFM 104.9. I'm loving this, Steve. It's a lovely day.
Yep. We're playing some great music.
We're playing some great tunes, aren't we?
Absolutely.
We're having some great chat.
Yeah.
So let's carry on. Let's continue.
Well, absolutely. Well, obviously Carl was out with me last night, and he saw that I'm, you know, he knows I'm a ladies' man, and that was obvious. Carl, you could see the vibe around me, couldn't you? When the chicks were talking to me. And just remembered recently, actually, I was on a train coming back from hometown Bristol. And I was on the train, and this girl walks on, good-looking girl. I thought, hey, largely empty carriage. I'm thinking, my luck's in, you know, because I take every opportunity, Carl. That's the thing about me, you know. I don't choose. She was a good-looking girl. She sat down. I thought she sat down right near me. I thought, brilliant. As this guy comes up behind her, and says, I think it's probably a boyfriend or something. Sits down next to her. And I listened in on the conversation, obviously, because I'm pretending to read. It was very clever. I read the same page for hours, so I was pretending to listen. I was listening, but pretending to read. And I realised that it's not a boyfriend or anything. It's just some guy she's met on the platform. And I'm thinking, brilliant, if she's the kind of girl who's just going to start talking to someone, you know, on a platform, on a train, brilliant, I'm going to be in here. Because he was only going one stop. So I'm thinking, what's the worst that can happen? He'll nick off, you know, I'll get chatting to her, you know, and who knows, I could join the... is there a train equivalent?
Foot High Club.
The Foot High Club, brilliant. And so I'm excited, you know, I'm listening in. And it turns out that they're both kind of graduates who've just finished university, or they're coming to their finals or something. And they're chatting away, you know, and he's making a couple of witticisms, you know, and she's kind of tittering at his jokes. I'm thinking, right, I'll tell you this, if she's laughing at this kind of material, I am going to blow her away, you know, with my kind of anecdotes and wry observations, you know. It was weak stuff, I got to be honest.
Really?
He was coming out with nothing. He was running on empty, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And she was loving it. So I'm thinking, brilliant, I'm going to be right in here. And then they get moving on to higher brow things, you know, and I think she was going to study kind of Marxism or something like that, or communism, something. And she was asking him, you know, by way of conversation, she was asking him what he knew about Marxism, you know. And he was fumbling for his vague knowledge of it that he had in his life. And I'm just sat there thinking, yeah, come on, love, in any given capitalist environment, the proletariat will revolt against their oppression by the bourgeoisie, and after a brief period of socialist rule, emerges as a classist society governed by community cooperation.
Well, if that sort of talk wouldn't get a woman hot, I don't
know
what you'd use.
If Marx and Engels is not going to get a woman sweaty down below, no,
I
then
know.
nothing is.
No.
Then my name is
You're
not
just
Steve
biding
Hodgkin.
your time.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm just going to go in for the kill any minute.
Yeah.
So anyway, it comes to his stop, right? He gets off. I'm thinking this is a piece of cake, and he gets off, and off he goes. He walks off, and I'm thinking brilliant. And I thought, I'll wait till the train's pulled away. I'm not going to leap in straight away.
No.
And he comes back on the carriage, and I'm thinking, hang on a minute. He goes, listen, do you mind if I give you my email address, right? And if you want to get in touch, email me. I'm thinking, come on, you loser, get off now. Save your face, please, before it's too embarrassing. She accepts the email address because she obviously doesn't want to hurt his feelings, whatever. I'm thinking, fair enough. She's a good woman. I'm liking her. I'm loving her. I'm thinking that's my kind of girl. So anyway, he gets off. I'm sat there, the train pulls away. I'm thinking, I'll wait a few minutes, I'll just, give it some time. Her phone rings. It's her friend on the phone. And, she starts saying, and I was listening in, and she was going, just met a guy on the train. I'm thinking, yeah, that's true enough. She goes, yeah, he was a good-looking guy. I thought, you're having a laugh, love. To be honest. Because I was looking at him, and she said to her friend, he looks a bit like tennis player Boris Becker. I thought, you should be so lucky, frankly, because I saw him. He had awful facial hair, if that's what makes him look like Boris Becker. Terrible little goatee beard. It was laughable. I thought, I don't know. And then she goes to think, and she's like, yeah, I met him, we got chatting and stuff, and she was going, it's not often that you meet someone, generally in life, who's, kind of thoughtful and intelligent and funny. I thought to myself, I'm not even going to waste my time with you, love. Frankly, if that's what you thought of him.
You just walked away.
And I'll be honest with you, I didn't even bother talking to her.
No,
I didn't even waste my time with her.
If she thinks that bloke is not
If
only
she thought he
great
was
looking, but
great
funny
looking-
and intelligent, and she got on well, and he was polite, and it was a chance meeting, and he thought, and she thought that you were like a freaky looking dork who didn't even have the nerve to
If
speak.
that is what
If that's
she
what
is
she thinks,
thinking,
then
I
she's
don't
not-
wanna know it.
I couldn't. You walked away, and good luck to you.
And I have my dignity intact.
Yes, and she's nothing. Travis, Flowers in the Window on XFM 104.9. Well, coming to that time when we do White Van Man.
Absolutely, with producer Carl.
And Carl's also going to be telling us his slant on fables, on Aesop.
Absolutely.
I was out with Carl. I know I shouldn't be.
Yeah, well, I broke the rule as well.
I know. Well, I was out with him the night before, I think, and we were just chatting. And as you know, we're going to Edinburgh for a week.
Yeah, that's all three of us.
That's all three of us. Yeah.
There wasn't. I just wondered for a minute if there was some arrangement you two had made. Like next weekend, just popping out there seeing the sights.
Yeah. No, we're going to do a week's broadcasting from the Edinburgh Festival, and and Carl's going, I bet you lie in, don't you, and all this. And I was going, well, yeah. He's going, well, he wants to be up at 9:30 and out looking at the sights. You know what I mean? Yeah. But anyway, and I said, have you ever had haggis? He went, it's black pudding in it. I went, no, it's mince. He went, I like mince. I went, yeah, but wait, it's mince in a sheep's stomach, right? And he went, what, they force feed a sheep, then kill it? Imagine that, Carl.
It makes sense though, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't make sense. They force feed a sheep mince, and then kill it till its stomach's nice and full, and they go, oh, this one's full, kill it, before it starts digesting it. Of course they don't. It's a membrane and the other one, he was talking about, like, he likes Richmond Park. He goes, I like to see all the deers. I went, it's deers, plural, we don't need to say deers. I try and educate whenever I can.
What's that one?
I said that deer is already plural. Yeah, deer is plural.
Yeah.
I said that, like sheep or fish, so you can say fishes. And we were laughing at us, and I said, do you know the plural of mongoose? Because a lot of people think it would be mongoose. It's not, it's mongooses. Do you know what Carl said?
Plural of mongoose.
Mongoose, yes.
Plural of mongoose?
It's worth a competition. No, it's not, no.
No, go on.
Carl, what did you think the plural of mongoose was?
Mongs.
Play a record after this White Van Man.
Do you want to play,
Oh, let's play a bit of Dylan, yeah. This is a beautiful track. It's Just Like a Woman. Well, I think that's a beautiful record. It's by Bob Dylan, and it's Just Like a Woman. And Carl went. He's got his headphones on, so he's speaking a bit loud.
The harmonica's playing.
In a whiny mank accent when the harmonica's going. That's an annoying sound, Matt, innit? God.
Oh, bless
Bob
him.
Dylan there. An annoying sound there.
did you hear about...
The annoying sound of Bob Dylan. That could be a new album.
Yeah, yeah.
Just that sort of sound always reminds me of, a one-man band.
Yeah.
Have you heard the story about Leo Sayer with his song One Man Band?
No.
Years ago. What year was oh God.
I'm in the mood for dancing.
What's the song that he did about a one-man
I'm a
band?
one-man band. It was called.
Right, yeah.
Funnily enough. Go
Yeah,
on.
he did that, one-man band, and he was playing it at the Dominion Theatre.
Yeah.
And apparently, whenever he played, he sort of sang this song, he got the audience involved. And the line in it was, I'm a one-man band.
Nobody knows or understands. Is there anybody there can lend me a hand
Right.
to my one-man
He
band?